What's up, guys and gals? Back again with another episode of Hard Knocks Iron. We're going to do a little bit of a fishing thing today. We ain't working out today. Letting the body rest up a little bit. Walked up to the library with the kids. Then we came back, so I'm going to do this quick little video. I'm going to get the rod and reels ready for tomorrow night. I gotta go to work tomorrow morning, so we'll have to work till 3 o'clock, and then we'll get off and we'll mosey on down to the carp pond probably. But I'm gonna retie my lines while I got the time. I should have put in the video, but I fixed my reels. Had one of the cog gear was stripped out on one of my reels, so I went ahead and replaced all of them. I replaced 3 of them. The one reel is not an original, but it's in good shape. But I went ahead and replaced all 3 of them in my original reels that I've had since I was like 13 or 14 years old. But replaced those, and I replaced the pawl as well. That's a good thing to replace the pawl about every year or every season, maybe every season or 2. Depends on how much you're using them. But this mold tackle box had it since I was gone. I couldn't tell you how long, but I've added me a little Iron Man sticker on it. But it's my tackle box, and what we do is, like, they're oiled up and everything. So I'm not going to have to go through any of the oiling process or any of that. But this is the one that is not the match. It's using an old Crown Rule apple bag for this one. But I use this one when I want to use 4 rod and reels at Cook's. I got a good deal on it. This is my daddy's old rod. He had the same kind of rods I do. But I got him a new set of rod and reels for Father's Day last year, and I'm using one of his old ones on this reel, and but it's a 6,000 as well. I got it from the Bass Shack, got it from Miss Teresa, and but I'm gonna probably use this tomorrow night as well. But these hooks, they're about shot. I've used them several times. So what I'll do is just hook the bag. That's a good idea. Pull me off some line, and I'll stick that up yonder. But always when you change your line out, or changing your hooks out, feel your line. Make sure you ain't got no burrs or anything in there. Like right there. That's just where the line was on the eye. But I always go up and down the line. I can feel just any kind of roughness or anything. But I use a 3/4 sinker. And I always put me a slide bead in front of my knot. But I'll usually go up till I can't feel nothing no more. Where it feels good, need to pull some more line off. Yeah, there we go. Everything feels good. Lay them right there. I'm gonna hold that right there. I'm gonna talk to you like this. But what I use, scoot that out here. Let me put this up here so it ain't trying to run away on me. Get the old handy dandy fingernail clippers out. Clip the lines off of it. And like I said, these hooks are pretty shot, pretty dull. The leaders are kind of kinking up on them, so it's time to replace them. So I'll just clip him off. Just like so. And I use a 3-way swivel. This is a number 2, I believe. I can tell you for certain. A size 4. A size 4 3-way swivel. Yeah, I think my daddy uses a number 2. But I use a little bit smaller. If you can see that, it's a little smaller. I mean, I'm not fishing for whales. He is though. He usually fishes for the whales. But if you're using a 3-way swivel, as you can see, it has 3 ways. There is a kind of specific way for it to hang. It ain't really important, but it does make the hooks and everything hang different. And you're just going to find that one side that makes it hang. I mean, I'm not sure if that's a real technical thing or not, but I always like to find the way it hangs the best. And like I've told y'all in previous videos before, I use a polymer knot. Simple knot to tie. And what you're going to do is take your line and double it over. Like that right there. Just double your line over. And once you find that spot where you want you're going to go through you're going to double your line, and then you're going to go through the eye of the swivel. Okay? Just bring it back through. Okay? Very simple. Then you're going to just go around, make you a little bunny ear looking thing, go straight back through that. Okay? Pull you a little bit of loop through, put your swivel back through that loop. When you do it, throw you a little bit of spit on there, and you're going to pull it tight. You're going to pull all the lines tight when you come back through. Then what I do to check it, I pull one, then I pull the other one. Then I'll hold it to right there, give it a little clip. Yeah, I got some sharp teeth. Been doing this a while. Simple knot. And like I've said before, it's supposed to be one of the strongest knots in the world. And I've used this knot for, like I said, probably 4 or 5 years. And nothing wrong with what I was using before. But this is just simple. Especially if you're fishing at night or something. You ain't got a whole lot of light. I mean, it's just that simple. You just loop it and go through. I'll get you on another clip in just a minute, but these are my hooks. Like I've said before, I do pre-tie my hooks. Let me put this right here so it stays. I got my hooks in here, put them on a little styrofoam, and just to switch things up a little bit, I'll run a size 4 wide bend on this one, just to make it an oddball. But like I said, my hooks are pre-tied. I tie them myself. I tie them usually with the same line I'm using on my reels. But these are number 4 wide bends, and you can see it comes in a box like that. Laser sharp 4 wide bends. These are number 4s. And my other ones that I have, let me get down to them. These are the smaller ones, number 6 wide bends. And I'll go through, I'll make a video later on how to tie them. Hell, I might put it in a video now. I don't know. I'll do it later. If anybody wants me to show them how I make my ties, it's very simple. Very, very simple. Nothing hold to it. I've never had a carp or a catfish or any kind of fish break the leader. But all I do, just do a little simple slip knot. That's a good band too, by the way. Slip knot. Just go through and just pull that tight. Just make it where it comes back to it. Nothing to it but to do it. But yeah, I've never had a fish to break my leaders. I've never had a leader come untied. I've had people see my leaders before and they're like, that looks like it'll come untied, man. I don't like that. Well, I've been using this same setup, same hook tie for many, many years. Caught a many good fish on it, and they've never broke. I have had them break them in the nets, which fish flopping around. If one hook gets stuck in the net, and if you're a carp fisherman or cat fisherman, you know good as well as I do that you got one hook in the mouth of a fish, that one hook's dangling around in the net, it gets caught, it very well can break. That's very acceptable. It happens. But that's very simply how I do it. That one is ready to go. And it'll be ready to catch some carp come Saturday night. Because I might run 4 rods, I don't know. But I always take an extra. Always. Because I had to use this one a couple weeks ago when me and Daddy fished the tree together. And I had to use this one as a backup because the other one had the cod gear broke in it. So how did I know that was going to happen? But I had the 4th reel with me, and I was able to have my complete set there. So I mean, that's a good idea to have your 4th rod, even if you don't use 4 rods all the time. Have you a backup. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, I've had a lot of wear and tear on them reels. I've used them for a very long time, so you really don't know what's going to go on. But that's why I went ahead and replaced all the cod reels. All the cod gears, just to make sure that they're all ready to go. You know. The other 2, there wasn't nothing wrong with them, per se. But I did replace them. And, yeah, that's what they look like. I mean, that's my little parts bag. But, I got my other hooks right here. And, I'm going to bring you in for a little bit closer view. Like an overhead view of what I'm doing. And we'll get back with you. Let's see if I can scoot that around a little bit without it falling on the floor. But these are my reel bags that I've had forever. My grandmother, my nanny, she found them at a pawn shop in Gastonia, and she sewed them up for me. And these are very important, man. These keep your reels in good shape. Keeps the trash out of them, keeps dust out of them, keeps hair out of them, all kinds of stuff. And very important. My dad does not believe in them. He does not. And he will not use them. I've offered to buy him some. And he has a very good set of reels. He has a set of 6500 C4s, the original ones, 2003 models to be exact, because I bought them. And his poor son at the time was in need of some money, and my daddy bought my rod and reels. I had them on an old set of Hank Parker lightning rods, But see, like right there, I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm gonna check this out, but there's a kink right there. Okay, that's just where the eye, that's where the line was when I had it. That's not necessarily a bad spot. There's no burr there. It's just a kink. It's where the line memory is. Okay. As soon as that line gets stretched out again, it'll be fine. So I don't mistaken that for a burr. Sometimes I will go up to that. It depends on how long it's been sitting. These hadn't been sitting that long, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. But these feel real good, so I don't feel nothing wrong with these per se. But I need to get this out of the way. Get the old hooks and stuff out of the way. But yeah, this one feels pretty good all the way up. So I'll usually take about a foot or so off and keep that like that. Go ahead and clip this off of here. Get that over there. See, these hooks, they still got some sharpness to them, don't get me wrong, but they've seen their life. I mean, you can see the bait stain on them, where the leaders are a little bit wonky. But like I was showing y'all before, this is 3-way swivel. And what I was kind of getting at before, some swivels are more prominent to it, that you can definitely see how it hangs. Like you can see that right there, how it's kind of jolting out. It's not hanging straight down. But I can turn this way and see how the swivel hangs down. That's what I look for. Does it matter? Probably not, to be honest with you. Probably not. But it's just me. But I'm gonna set these right over there for a second. Let you see this. But this is what I'm talking about when I call a polymer knot. Let's see if I can put that black right there so you can see it a little bit better. But when I'm talking about a polymer knot, all you're going to do is take your line, make you a double like that right there. Find your swivel again that's on the floor, on the ground. Like I said, I'm going to look for that good hanging spot. Run it through the eye, bring it through like that right there. Easy peasy. Now you're going to take that and just make a little loop. Just like that. And then you're going to come back around. Go back in that same hoop that you just made. Bring it down a little bit. Now while holding your swivel or hook or whatever, you're going to take that swivel and go straight through that hook. Okay. This is what you're going to get. It's going to look like a jumbled mess. Put a little bit of spit on that thing. Alright, once you pull it off, you're going to take both lines, pull it tight. Okay? Then what I like to do, just to make sure, because I've had it happen before where the line breaks, because you don't know. You pull that one string tight, take the other one, the excess, and pull it tight. That way you know both lines are tight. That knot is tight and secure. Alright, I'll show you for purposes. You take that line that's left over, and you just take it and clip it. That way you're going to be left with a little bit of excess like that right there. I mean, it's not nothing major or anything, but it's a good knot. Like I said, it's simple, it's easy. When you're like fishing nighttime or whatever, it's definitely useful. I can tie this knot really fast once you get your fingers used to doing it. I am a mechanic, so I have those magic fingers. Just kidding. But you just it just takes practice of getting it done. There's a lot of tutorials where you can watch how the polymer knot's tied. Some people do it with a single knot and then loop it back through. I just find it just easier to just do it all at one time and not mess with you know, having to do that. But I'll get my, see, I got my hooks in this little styrofoam cup just to make them stay in one place. And just take it out. That thing's sharp. And these are my hooks. How I've got them tied. It's just a simple little loop. This is the number 6. Much smaller. Fish tend to pick that up a lot quicker. It's simple. And like I said before, you're going to take this and just loop it through the eye. Go back through it. Do a simple slip knot. Get it off my thumb here. Do a little simple slip knot. Pull it tight. It ain't going nowhere. Just like so. Then you take this one. Go through the other one. Just like so. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. You just pull it straight through. Nothing to it. Now you got good setup. Ready to catch some carp. Ready to catch some carp. Like I said, on this one I've got, these are my favorites. I like using straw beads. They really cover that knot good, as you can see. It'll cover that knot real good, protect it from the sinker, beating the tar out of it. Because I mean, I'm not saying the sinker is going to cut your line, but I guess it could. But I got that straw bead right there. That way that sinker is hitting it. It's hitting the straw bead before it's hitting the knot to hurt your knot. And like I said, I use a 3/4 sinker. I've always liked using 3/4. I mean, that's just me. Makes it easier to throw. You ain't got to put a whole lot of oomph into it. I've never had a problem with a fish pulling that. I'm gonna promise you, if a carp can't pull that off the bottom of the lake, you don't need to be catching that carp or catfish or whatever you're going for. If they can't pick that 3/4 sinker off the bottom of that lake, there ain't no reason to catch it. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But that's my up close. I hope it came out good. I'm gonna check it, see what happened. But that one's ready, and I'll just do the other two and we'll be ready to go. I'll get back with you in just a minute. All right, guys, gals, we're back. I really hope that came out good. We'll find out when I edit it. I probably should check it now, but I think it'll be all right. It'll get the gist across. But I'm gonna take care of these last 2 reels and basically do the same thing. Just change out all I'm doing is just changing out the hooks and retiring the swivel and checking for any imperfections in the line that may be there. This is the reel that actually had the bad cogwheel in it, but I replaced all 3 of them, like I said. But the cogwheel's on this side. It's what rides on the worm gear. But the actual part that runs on the worm gear is what stripped out. But easy to replace, snap on, snap up. They just snap on. Nothing too hard, nothing too bad at all. Set that over there. What, buddy?
Can I come play with them?
No.
Because because they told me I lost my toy over there
No.
at school. Okay.
My boy. Alright. Like I said, just gonna go through checking this thing. See right there. There's a really bad spot in the line right there. That right there might have a fish break that. There's actually two spots right there. Right in that spot. And that's where I'll go at, right there. Now these hooks right here, man, I can't do that. I'm gonna be like, what the hell's he saying? These hooks right here are pretty damn sharp. I think I just replaced them. They're not near as worn out as the other ones. These are still shiny because, like I said, I didn't use these. And I'll kind of check the sharpness. I mean, these have absolutely no rust on them. So I'll probably replace these at some point in time before I have those right there, because these are really in good shape. So I'll probably reuse these. Yeah, I'm thrifty, but if there's nothing wrong with it and it's got a sharp, I mean, it's very sharp. I mean, I can still see the point clear as day. I can still see it very, very clearly. So I'll probably just go ahead and run these another week or two, maybe, because like I said, I might have had one get caught in a net or something, and probably had to replace the set, because usually when one breaks, I'll go ahead and replace both of them. I'm not going to run one hook. I mean, you could. It's not going to hurt anything. Nothing's going to. But I always like to have that extra hook, because you never know when you're going to need it. But let me find that line. Excuse me. I'm going to do exactly what I did before. And this time it gets a little bit trickier when you got your hooks on there. It ain't too bad though.
I got electrical stick.
Okay. Ask my boy again.
What?
I'm doing a video, son.
Oh.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Well, you see my camera right there.
I did not see that.
How do you not see that?
I don't know. I got a magical stick that can turn this gem into an electrical gem. Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's an electrical gem.
Ask my boy. But just gotta snake them hooks back through there like that. Give it a little spit on the line. Yeah, I like giving a little spit on the line. I might have screwed this one up. No, I didn't. There it goes. There we go. It got a little caught up, but it's alright. Pull both of them like that right there. Give the main line a good tug. Give that excess line a good tug. Give a clip. There we go. That one's retied. It's ready to rock and roll. Like I said, I'm going to reuse them hooks. There's nothing absolutely wrong with them. Good and sharp still. And you can feel the difference when a hook is needing to be replaced. I always just kind of like run my finger, let it see if it'll grab my skin. See how easy that grabs my skin. I mean, that's barely doing anything. It's kind of just my little test. Not saying it's foolproof, but in my opinion, that's still a good hook. I mean, when your hooks get dull and you can run that finger across there, and you can feel how easy it is to grab your skin, and that to me shows me how sharp that hook still is. If it ain't all bent out of whack and all kind of stuff, I'm gonna be a thrifty fisherman, I guess, if you want to call me thrifty fisherman. But I'm willing to try them and let it go again. Man, that thing's smoother, and I can't wait to get out there and throw these things. Can't wait. And if you're wondering, I ain't trying to plug nothing or anything, but I use Trilene Big Game 15-pound test line. I've used it for years and years. My favorite line that my daddy and I used to use all the time was called Sigma by Shakespeare. And let me tell you, that is one tough line. But we can't find it no more, so I use this Trilene Big Game. I use the clear or the green. Depends on the mood. I've got I buy the big spools, the like 3,300 yard spools, and but the 15-pound test line, ain't nothing gonna break that. I mean, it's tough and it's good line. It throws good. It's smooth. I don't have any bird nesting problems. But I like the green line. My daddy hates it because he can't see it. He can't see it. But I like it. It looks good on my reels. That's actually the when I first got these reels, the very first line that I put on these reels was green, and it was Green Andy. It was big Green Andy, 20-pound test line, Green Andy. That was the first line I put on them. It was green. I just liked it. Green or red, it looked good. This one right here is the old hog reel. I call it my lucky reel. I don't know why, but actually that one that I just kept the hooks on is I've caught the biggest carp on that rod, and I mean that reel. On these set of rod and reel, well, these set of reels. These reels have been on many different sets of rods, I guess you want to call it. I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 4 sets of rod and reel, like 4 sets of rod and reels. I mean rods it's been on. Yeah. But these are sharp. But the leaders are kind of stupid on them, and they're old, they're rusted. They're a little funky. They've been on there a while, so they're deserving of being replaced. I said I'll go up my line just like I do always. About right there, I feel. I'll go ahead and snip that off. Put my swivel back on there. Do that right there. Back through there. See how, I mean, it's pretty quick. Pull both the lines good. Pull that single, the lead line good. Pull the excess line good. Now take your snippers. Cut that excess off a little bit. You're ready to rock and roll. And then you get you another set of hooks out. I'm gonna put 6s on this as well. Get off there. Hang them right there on the side, maybe. Put them up there. But same old deal, same dog and pony show, I guess you want to call it. Just slip knot that thing right in there like that. Not too hard. And there we go. Yeah, them things are sharp. There we go. They're ready. And they are ready to go. Catch a monster carp Saturday night, maybe, hopefully. It's supposed to be a little cool, from what I'm understanding. But put my bag back on there. Like I said, they don't need oil. I mean, I just oiled them the other day when I replaced those cog gears. And the other one's fine and dandy. Take my fingernail clippers, put them back in the old box. I just kind of organized my tackle box the other day when I was going through it. Putting stuff in a plastic baggie like that. Close it up. And that's it. Put it back in there and ready for the next one. Alright, guys and gals. That's going to wrap it up from me. I hope this helped y'all. Hope it gives you some advice that helps. I'll dispose of that in the trash can in just a minute. But if you got any comments, concerns, or questions, just let me know. Leave a like if you don't mind. You can subscribe. I'm going to be trying to post videos here pretty regularly. Just to see where this takes it. Okay. I hope everybody has a good evening. It's Friday. Enjoy the weekend. And just live life. Thanks for watching, and God bless.